Today I'm going to take you through a barbell and dumbbell upper body 30-minute workout. You can do this as a follow along with me to build strength and muscle. We're going to kick things off with a light dumbbell warm-up, then we'll get into the main workout. So for the warm-up, I'm going to use an 8-kilo pair of dumbbells. That's about 18 pounds per dumbbell. We've got 4 30-second intervals, which we're going to link one right into the next. We'll do this for 2 rounds. I'm going to start with a hammer curl to shoulder press. So if you have your dumbbells by your sides, curl up to your shoulders, press through to the top, and then return with control. You want to maintain a neutral grip for this. That means your palms are going to be facing one another. Press up and back so that your biceps finish beside your ears, and try not to overarch your lower back. We're going to link this straight into a Romanian deadlift to row. So hinge at the hip, bent over row rep at the base, stand back up and repeat. So hinge, row, stand up and repeat. Just getting some flexibility into the hamstrings whilst also starting to get the back muscles engaged. Just take one of your dumbbells, you're going to drop it behind your head and then extend to the top. Try not to let your elbows flare out to the sides. Shouldn't be too heavy. We're just looking to mobilize the joints with this. I'm going to do 2 rounds, 4 exercises, and then we'll get into the main workout. So final exercise, over-unders, so one arm over, one arm under. If you can reach as if you're trying to touch your fingers behind your back, maybe you can. I'm absolutely terrible at this, but that's even more reason to include it in the warm-up. So we're just going to repeat those 4 exercises one more time. So you've got 45 seconds to load your barbell. I'm going to load it up to 40 kilos. That's about 88 pounds. Feel free to pause the video if you need a bit more time to load your bar. And I'm going to use the same dumbbells that are used in the warm-up. We're going to do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for 3 rounds, starting with a floor press. And if you've got a bench press, then feel free to use that instead. So slowly lower the bar down until your elbows make contact with the floor, and then pressing back up to the top. Obviously, if you're on the bench, you can come a little bit lower, letting your elbows come past the body. If you want to make it harder, just bring your grip a little bit narrower. If you want to make it easier, go a bit wider. You will get a bit more triceps when you go narrow, a bit of more chest when you go wide. Okay, so we're going to pair this just on a horizontal push. So we're going to do a horizontal pull. I'm going to do a pendley row. And if you haven't got Olympic diameter plates, you can opt to do just a regular bent over row instead. So a pendley row will return the bar to the floor just for a brief moment in between reps. It's more of a power pull, but it's easier on the lower back than a bent over row. It's probably more likely that your pendley row will be closer to your floor press weight. Great job. Okay, you're gonna need to grab your dumbbells now. We're gonna do an RDL to bent over reverse fly. We're gonna do it in bursts of 3 reps. Just follow with me. So hinge, do 3 reverse flies, up for a brief break, and then straight back into it. Try and keep relatively wide elbow angle and keep that consistent throughout the rep. Good job. Just gonna put the dumbbells down, but we're gonna use those for the next one. This next one is gonna be a bent over dumbbell extension, keeping a relatively straight arm position, just drawing the dumbbells up and back. So we're in quite an upright, bent over row position. I might be unlocking my elbows, but I'm trying to keep that angle fixed. Pulling the dumbbells up and back. You feel it in the long head of your tricep. Oh, great job. So we've got a brief rest. And then we're going to go into the second round of 3 rounds. So we're back with that floor press. Or if you've got a good bench press setup, feel free to do that. So we're going to lower with control and then press up with a bit more pace. So I like to think 3 to 4 counts down and then 1 to 2 counts up. onto that bent over row or pendley row. So the reason I say you need that Olympic diameter plates is if you haven't got these Olympic bar of the plates, your row will be too low from the floor. You might even find that even with an Olympic barbell, it's a little bit low for you to stand with flat back. If that's the case, and you've got some spare plates, you can prop each end of the bar up so that you're rowing off them like blocks. So you have a slightly higher start position for the bar. So I'm actually going to go slightly lighter. I'm going to go down to some 7-kilo dumbbells. I found these just a little bit too heavy and it was making my form suffer slightly. So bursts of 3 reps. Back up and repeat. So if you find that your technique isn't as good as you like it to be, and you're trying as hard as you can to correct it, don't be afraid to just pause the video, go get a slightly lighter weight, and vice versa. If you're finding the workout too easy, then you're just using too light a weight. Those extensions next, which are really good for the lats, the rear delt, and most likely you'll just feel it in the inner triceps. All right, that was tough. Still difficult with the 7s, but just about managed it. So we're on to that 3rd and final round. After this, we'll just move on to 4 new exercises with the same workout format. Grab your dumbbells. Got that Romanian deadlift into the 3 bursts of bent over reverse flies. Onto the hardest one in this section for me. Got those extensions, do your best with them. Oh, they're really burning. Okay, you got a minute off. I'm gonna drop the barbell weight down to 30 kilos. It's about 66 pounds.
If you want to take your training to a new level, consider joining my TPT virtual studio. This members area gives you exclusive access to an extensive follow-along video library not available on YouTube. It also includes written workout plans you can do at your own pace, taking the guesswork out of training and optimizing your results. Learn to fuel your body for success with nutrition resources, from meal plans to dietary strategies that work. Save yourself from expensive gym memberships, long travel times, and average results by joining the virtual studio. To check it out, follow the link in this video's description after your workout.
So starting off with that strict press. So elbows underneath the bar or even slightly in front in the base position. You're gonna press up, make sure you get underneath the bar. So the bar finishes above the crown of your head, not above your forehead. You should be pulling back slightly at the top. Make sure you're not excessively leaning back, so you shouldn't have too much of an arch in your lower back. Sticking with the shoulders now, I'm going to do some L raises. So one dumbbell is going to do a lateral raise while the other dumbbell does a front raise, and we're going to alternate sides. Make sure you're controlling the lowering part of the lift, because that's just as beneficial for getting results as the concentric lifting phase. All right, back to the barbell. I'm going to do a reverse grip, so that just means palms supinated like this, bent over row. find your lower back's getting tired, you just stand up for a second and then come straight back into it. Great job. Okay, we're gonna go back to the dumbbell. We're gonna do a cross-body supinated front raise. So we're gonna keep relatively straight arms, palms facing forwards in a supinated position. I'm gonna draw up and across, alternating sides. Probably got my elbow just slightly unlocked, but I'm keeping a relatively straight arm. Making sure I'm not leaning back. This is a good one for your bicep. And you get a little bit of shoulder and upper chest mixed in. It's good to incorporate some straight arm bicep training in. You'll see gymnasts have great biceps even though they don't do any curls. Great job. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. This is a much sweatier workout than I was anticipating for an upper body day. So we're back to that strict press. Onto the L raise now, so that's that front and lateral mix. I'm glad I went down to the 7 kilo dumbbells for this. Trying my best to lower them under control. Got that reverse grip, bent over row. Where if your lower back's getting tired, just stand up every now and again, give it a break. Or you could even opt for wearing a weightlifting belt. I find that to be useful sometimes. Going for that straight arm, cross body, supinated front raise. So you see a lot of gymnasts, including straight arm training into their workouts, because the bicep actually crosses the shoulder joint as well as the elbow joint. So you can still get some bicep development without even having to do any curls. If you do fancy an arm workout, I've got loads on my channel you can have a go at. All right, almost there. Stay with me. We've just got one round left and that's the workout complete. Got the reverse grip row. All right, we're on to the final exercise. Got that supinated front raise. Slight cross-body angle. Keeping the arms as straight as comfortable. I like to unlock the knees, give myself a nice solid base, resist the temptation to lean back. And that's it. Workout complete. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below how did you find that workout and where in the world you're following along from. I truly do love to hear that. If you fancy doing a 45-minute version of this upper body workout, so it has a third section with a few extra exercises, I've got one in my virtual studio members area, so you can check that out via the description of this video. See you again soon for another workout.